2TC is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete a CHIMPS game using just 2 towers. We're going to be doing this today with the Carrier Flagship and the Carpet of Lego. Let's place down our Buccaneer for the day and let's get cracking. At this point in time, our biggest priority is to get some camera detection, obviously, but then also get the white hot spike so that we can actually do something against lead balloons. And in one of the more recent updates, the Carrier Flagship's air darts have lost their means of being able to pop lead balloons, which is not what you call a cool move. Okay, we're going to get faster shooting on long range just so that we can deal with these rounds, because there seems to be quite a lot of balloons even for the early game. Round 10 is going to go by very well with only blue balloons to contest against, but then again the backlot of blue balloons could be a little bit of a problem because of their pierce requirement. As you can tell, we're not going for all of the balloons then and there, but alas. Ninja Kiwi doesn't know whether or not the permaspike should be a good tower or an absolute abhorrent existence, so they keep shifting between the two different sets of modes, and usually it's more of the nerf side of things and we die to a yellow balloon. What about keeping you on last? Let's see if that's going to be any better, because you're targeting the last balloon on the... No, that's just even worse. We're dodgy. Quincy can't hit pink balloons. The Buccaneer sometimes by default can't hit yellow balloons. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to put the couple of spikes over here, and I want part of it to be over here so that it can actually hit lead balloons before it comes back around here, so that then the Buccaneer can actually do something against lead balloons once the lead layer has gone. Obviously it won't help with DDTs, but by that stage we'll have both tier 5s. We want those bigger stacks. Who's going to say no to a bigger stack of spikes? What are you thinking of? Get your mind out of the gutter. I said bigger stacks, not bigger sacks. How dare you? Oh, speaking of permaspike being nerfed all the time, Carpet of Spikes continues to get nerfed to this day. I think the last time it was updated was in 44, unless it was updated in 45 for some odd reason. But I'm pretty sure nowadays this has definitely fallen from its grace, because you were able at one point to do a super brittle Carpet of Spikes 2 tower chimps from the index, but nowadays this just doesn't do enough damage. And oh yeah, of course you have a faster production. The middle path has been nerfed. It doesn't send out as many spikes nowadays. I would call the first upgrade slightly faster production, and then the second upgrade faster production. Because it's not even faster, it's now slightly slower than even faster. Double shot, crow's nest, we're going to go to destroyer next, and then... or should I go mob shredder next? No, we definitely need that more attack speed on our Buccaneer, and we need to be the destroyer. Not destroyer of leads, but just the destroyer of other things. And there goes all the leads on that round. The 105 permaspike did lose 5 pierce, which is honestly pretty substantial. Like, you could put sharpening stone, but that only gives back 2 of the 5 pierce that was lost, so I wouldn't count on it being a very, very good tower. If I were to do a 2 megapots more successfully with a permaspike, it would be in a previous update. But then again, you could just say that with like half the towers in the game because they keep losing their normal damage type, thanks Ninja Kiwi. But one thing I saw today was the best thing ever when it comes to plushies. Glow in the Dark Adora and the Bad as plushies. 2 absolutely I want to get plushies as soon as they are on sale. I'm pretty sure it's makeshift, but when I saw them, it was like, yes, I want those 2 plushies, okay? I want the Adora plushie. I want the Bad plushie. The Bad plushie is going to sit right next to my Sleeping on the Hammer Tinkerton plushie, which is also from the Pokemon Center. Well, not also, but from the Pokemon Center. I saw that Sleeping on the Hammer Tinkerton plushie on the Pokemon Center. I'm like, I gotta get that. And when I saw the Bad plushie, I'm thinking, those two look good together. can Tinkerton use its Gigaton hammer to pop the bad. But I don't think if I were to try and unstuff the bad plushie, you would also get a few ZMGs and DDTs inside. I mean, that would be a bit of a surprise, but I don't think that's how plushies work. They can't spawn children from their own, like, soft material in real form. Please get rid of a lead balloon. That's why I have you partially over here, so that you can do something against them when they're not a lead balloon. Moab Shredder or aircraft. I am honestly very torn as to which cross path I should get here. Let me just hold off from getting Moab Shredder, see if we can go past round 40 without any other upgrades. This is going to be a bit tight here. Very, very tight. Oh, for some odd reason I thought that blue balloon was in the clearing to escape. But nah, we're going to go to aircraft carrier next because of that decision. And then we're going to go Moab Shredder. Yeah, we definitely need the increase. No, we don't actually. Because we've got... I was so worried about the lead balloons later on. No, we're going to go to Spike Storm and then go to Carrier Flagship because round 59 is a thing and I don't want this thing trying to get in an eternal loop of trying to target camo leads when it can't even pop them because nowadays the darts from the mini planes and also the darts from the ship themselves, sorry, ship, I think I mispronounced that, can no longer pop lead balloons, which is really nice. Although the anti-Moab missiles from the Carrier Flagship can still target or damage DET, sorry. But it's just the darts, which honestly is probably the main source of damage, if you ask me, to pop the DETs. I don't know. Let me know if the pre-nerf to the damage type of the Carrier Flagship, whether the darts or the anti-Moab missiles were the better source of Moab damage to the DETs. Like, I know it's self-explanatory, but it could be the Moab missile damage, but I don't know. It just feels like this thing is far less effective without the MIB in order to pop DETs. And to be honest, I don't really fancy this thing soloing the entire game, or camo solo, sorry, so that's why I'm more of like in the line of we need both sources of camo detection in order to get through this entire run. And there goes down the Moab. Excellent. I reckon the next update, Ninja Key will make it so that on hard difficulty, the Carpenter spikes will be 50k. Not 50k more, but just like 50k. And a bit more than that. And they'll nerf it even further. To make everything balanced. Yes, balanced. Not hugely fun, but balanced. Obviously, in a 2 megapop scenario, the weaknesses of a balloon can be largely circumvented with support and also the alchemist to ensure that the base tower itself, not like the planes, can actually produce more damage. Round 59, and here comes why I brought the Spike Storm. Okay, let's lay it out now so that we don't have to worry about the rest of this, and also we can get Carrier Flagship now. Pretty swell. So we're going to use Spike Storm next when we have like a big wave of lead balloons. Here we go. Speaking of, round 63 consists of all of these, which I'm not very happy with. Target just for ceramics, please. And we will deal with the rest of this with the Spike Storm, just like that. I'm a person who likes all sorts of different things. I have stuff with Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge quotes or just sounds in general, because I couldn't really think of anything for the Spike Factory, so I just went with something that doesn't have like a life form in and of itself, and that's the Chaos Drone. Obviously, this is the amphibious transport. Like, the submarine is already taken away by the Boomer sub. So I can't really name it after the Boomer sub. Also like Pokemon, as I mentioned earlier about the Tinkerton plushie. We need to deal with these lead balloons. No thank you! Also like COD Zombies as well. So 3 different games, also this game as well. So 4 different games of 4 different genres that I do quite like, honestly. I'm not a COD multiplayer sort of person. I hate multiplayer. I hate Warzone. I think Warzone has ruined the COD franchise because it's all about money. It's all about what those sweet, money-hungry executives who are not sweet in any way, shape, or form demand. And I'm pretty sure that there is no such thing as a Activision Blizzard employee in the top parts of a hierarchy who is low on cash. When people say like, oh, the developers are so lazy, they don't want to innovate, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. They're literally completely shackled by what the executives want out of the developers. I'm pretty sure that the developers want their games to be the best that they can possibly be, but that they are entirely anchored down by what the top dogs say within a company. So let's say, for example, if you want wombats in your COD Zombies game, or you want wombats in your Balloons Tower Defense 6 game, then like for one person that could be an incredibly good idea, but for other people they may think, why would you want to add wombats? And why am I suggesting wombats? No particular reason, it's just an example. You could think of other things, like why aren't there Pikachus in Balloons Tower Defense 6? Like, so random. I think number one, Ninja Kiwi would receive like a Power World treatment where there's a certain element of the game which would be copyrighted, and Nintendo with their copyright sort of stuff, they are absolutely merciless. Did I say number one? Also, like Ninja Kiwi, why would they add it? Like, what would it do to benefit the game? What I really want out of, like, in a next update or so is just new flags in general, because we haven't received a new flag in so long, I feel like. Like, I don't think, like, any of the updates in the 40s, like 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, none of which have received any new flags. Also, new monkey knowledge points. There hasn't been one for ages, and there's no monkey knowledge point dedicated specifically to the beast handler. That's how you can tell it's been a long time. Or, which is probably a bit more understandable, the mermonkey, because they are both new towers to the game, which have not yet received a single dedicated monkey knowledge point within their tree, like in their category. And here is the carpet of spikes, and as you can tell, it is self-explanatory as to what it can do. Let me know what games outside of Balloons, or just one game in general. I don't want one person to completely flood their own comment on the video suggesting like what all of their favorite games are, but just pick one game in general that you really love, and explain to me why you love that particular game. My favorite game is watching Flare Balloons do a 2-tower chimps achievement and then quoting my introduction in every other video. It's like there's that one person who's like, congrats on finally achieving the 2-tower chimps achievement, and then other people are like quoting me like 2TC is an achievement in Balloons Tower Defense. So it's like, I really like that because in some ways my like whatever I say in some videos resonates with people, or maybe it's the fact that I do a introduction like that, which is what resonates with people. You know, when you hear those words you think, ah, Flare Balloon says that. But I can't be like the only person ever to do that sort of thing. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just because of the quantity of videos that I do, like on 2-tower chimps or 2 megapops, or in a alternate scenario like 2-tower chimps, but in alternate balloons rounds, which I honestly should get around to try and do another one of those sort of things. But if I were to do one, I would go back to update 44.0 or 44.1 and try and do one with the Poseidon, because honestly, outside of Purple Balloons, the Poseidon was pretty cracked when it came to update 44.1, 44.0. Like, that's the thing, like, back in the day, Poseidon used to be able to pop any kind of balloon in 44.0 because its ability had the shatter damage type, so you didn't have to worry about purple balloons all of the time. But nowadays you gotta worry about white balloons. Yes, white balloons. They appear on every single round. No hiccups late game so far, though I'm pretty sure round 98 is gonna give us some woes. I'm not worried at all about round 99. I mean, Carpenter Spike, sorry, is the deleter of DDTs in this scenario. And that's why it's in the support category, because it can support other towers. In this case, it's going to be the Carrier Flagship, which it supports by being able to target a specific kind of target being DDTs. So our mini planes here are going to town here. Also, what's really bizarre is that you can do a 2-tower chimps with the Carrier Flagship and just an MIB. Yeah, look it up on the Balloons Tower Defense 6 Index. Somebody managed to do a 2TC with the Carrier Flagship and the Monkey Intelligence Boolean. That's not how you pronounce it, but I just like saying it like that because I know that some people will be like, well, actually, it's pronounced... You get what I mean. There goes round 95. This tower does struggle against super fortified ceramics, which is where the Carrier Flagship comes into play. Although, if it was just like one super fortified ceramic, it's fine against, but just like round 98's equivalent of super fortified ceramics is just, it's not going to happen without, I don't know, some support for the support. Yes, if you support me, I support you. It's kind of just like how tower defense games go, because you summon different kinds of towers in order to deal with all kinds of threats, and then you may put down a support tower that can shore up your weaknesses. Like, let's say, for example, in this game, you would summon an MIB if you lack damage types which can actually deal with certain targets. If you're weak against purple balloons, you would want to get an MIB. If you're weak against DDTs, you want an MIB. MIB is one of the best supporting upgrades in a 2 megapop scenario. Round 98 is going by okay at the moment, but they are getting to the very back of the map, which I am not a big fan. I need to use the ability sooner, I think. I need to use the ability multiple times throughout the round, not just the passive, but the ability in and of itself in order to try and chip away at those layers. But I'm honestly think it's down to RNG of whether or not we can do this just because of the spread. I don't want any of the Carpenter Spike spread to go towards the front of the map. They're not needed for the front of the map. Oh my... This is bad. I'm not too sure on how we can do this. Perhaps we need to use the ability at different times. Perhaps when we're all down to like Moabs. Let's put you on strong so that then you deal with the ZMGs. But then again, they'll just create more Pierce anyway, so that's not cool. You're not in my cool books, game. These super fortified ceramics are chewing through my spikes. No! Goodness sakes. Like, how is this round done? Maybe start with strong, then eventually go up to the other stages of the game? Yeah, this part of the game, this is where I'd want my spike battery just to be at the very back, but... It's just getting through the earlier rounds, to be honest, which is why I want this to be at this point. So this is not trying to contest against lead balloons. Oh my god, that was such a close attempt. Okay, that's the fortified balloons gone, but we've still got to deal with this huge number of ceramics from these, and this doesn't look good. Doesn't look... Would you target the front balloon set? You mini planes are so annoying. Target the frontmost balloons, not the stuff that's to the side. Carrier Flagship mini plane flight path is RNG. It also is pain as well, so it's not too far off of a mispronunciation. This is why I keep losing this particular 2TC. It's what's inside the fortified BFBs, and there's just so many of them. Ooh, this is looking good. This is looking good. Come on, don't drift off. Just target. No! It downgraded the BFBs too quickly, and that's why that happened. I needed my ability back. I think if I had the ability back, I could have done that. Talking too soon. No, I need my spikes to mobility back. Oh, yes. Yes, finally, round 98's been cleared. It took so long, like 3/4 of my video file alone is just round 98 attempts. This round is a breeze. Like round 100, we've got this sorted. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for watching. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below. And yeah, Carpet of Spikes really sucks against ceramics. But then again, that's kind of the point of the top path Spike Factory, is to deal with ceramics, since that's the extra damage dealer against ceramics. I know, it's like bottom crossbars kind of balance, they stick around for longer, middle path is better against Moabs, and the top path is better against ceramics, but still pretty good against Moabs. But it's just like, in this scenario, I really need more ceramic damage, and neither of these towers are really good at that. Like, idealistically, I want to go for middle path so that I have a bit more spread damage, but I couldn't get the mid game to work without needing another source of camo damage, so we are there. Like, no problems against DETs when it comes to this, but everything else, it's like, I just want to, I don't know, I just want another option. But then again, that breaks the point of 2000 tower chimps. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below, like I said earlier. And see you all in the next time. If you fancy something from the store and you would want to use a creator support code as well, then please use mine. I'll be thoroughly appreciated. Thank you, and take care of yourselves, everybody.